The quiet hour. I never thought silence could have weight until the day I was truly alone. It started like any other Tuesday. Nothing dramatic. Just a slow morning, the kind where the sunlight spills through the windows like honey and the house is still. My partner had flown out that morning for a business trip and our 2 kids were at school. The house was mine for the next 6 hours. I had no meetings, no errands, just quiet. And at first, it was exactly what I wanted. I remember making a cup of coffee, black, strong, and sitting on the couch with a book I'd been meaning to read for months. The cat, Mo, nestled beside me, purring like a little motorboat. I was comfortable, relaxed. I even put my phone on Do Not Disturb, thinking, this is the kind of peace people crave. But about an hour in, something shifted. It was subtle. I started noticing the house, not just being in it, noticing it. The way the floor creaked when I moved, even lightly, the hum of the refrigerator in the kitchen, the faint ticking I couldn't place, like a watch left in a drawer, and beneath it all, something I couldn't name, a kind of pressure, like someone holding their breath nearby. I told myself it was just the quiet getting to me. We're not used to it anymore. Not in this world of constant noise, notifications, and movement. My mind needed time to adjust. I went back to reading, but I kept rereading the same paragraph. Then I heard it. A click, soft but sharp, somewhere upstairs, like a doorknob turning. My body tensed before my brain even processed it. Mo's ears flicked, but he didn't move. He just stared up at the ceiling. I waited. Nothing followed. I told myself it was the house settling. Old wood, temperature shifts, it makes sense. But my heart didn't believe it. I got up, walked to the bottom of the stairs, and called out. Hello? Nothing. Of course, I felt silly. But I still went upstairs. Room by room, I checked. Our bedroom, empty. The kids' rooms, quiet. The guest room, which we rarely used, exactly as it had been for weeks. But the door to the attic was cracked open. Now, we never use the attic. It's unfinished, drafty, and full of boxes from our last move. I keep it shut, locked even, and yet it was open. I stood there, just looking at it. A thin line of dust had been disturbed on the floor. I didn't want to go in, but I did. I pulled the cord for the attic light, and that soft amber bulb flickered on. It barely lit the space. Shadows clung to the beams like cobwebs. I stepped inside. Everything looked untouched. Boxes, a folded crib we no longer needed, my grandfather's old radio. But then I saw something that stopped me cold. Footprints in the dust. Not mine, not fresh, but not old enough to be forgotten. They led from the attic door to the far wall, then just stopped. No return prints, just a trail in. I backed out slowly, closed the door, and locked it. Back downstairs, I made another cup of coffee, mostly for something to do with my hands. I turned the TV on, hoping for background noise. But even with the volume up, I couldn't shake the feeling. That watching feeling, you know it, when your skin prickles like someone's eyes are on you. Every movement feels observed. I tried to distract myself with chores. I vacuumed, I cleaned the bathroom, I even reorganized the spice cabinet. Anything to keep moving. Then, just after noon, the power went out. Everything. Lights, TV, fridge gone. The house sank into a strange, humming silence. I stood still, holding a bottle of cinnamon in my hand, wondering what had caused it. I went to the window and looked out. No sign of utility trucks, no weather issues. I checked the breakers, everything looked fine, and still I felt not alone. I grabbed my phone. No service, no Wi-Fi. Just that little spinning wheel searching. I started pacing. Mo followed me from room to room now, more alert than usual. His tail flicked with agitation. When I stopped moving, he meowed, loudly. That's when I heard it again. This time, a soft knock. Just 3 taps. Tap, tap, tap. From inside the house. I froze. It came from the hallway closet, that small door beneath the stairs. We use it for coats and cleaning supplies. No one ever goes in there but me. I approached it slowly, my breath shallow. I thought of grabbing something for defense, a broom maybe, or the fireplace poker, but I didn't. I just stood there, heart pounding, and opened the door. Nothing. Just coats, vacuum, a box of tangled extension cords. But I noticed something strange. The coats were swinging slightly, like someone had just brushed past them. I closed the door quickly and backed away. I felt my throat tighten. This wasn't just isolation getting to me. Something was off. Then the phone rang. I nearly jumped out of my skin. The landline, something we almost never use. The display read, "Private number." I picked it up, hesitantly. "Hello?" Silence, then static. Faint, whispery static. And beneath it, something else. A voice, maybe. I couldn't make out words, just the rhythm of speech, like someone talking underwater. Then, a whisper, clear and chilling. "Don't go upstairs." Click. I stared at the receiver, then hung up. My hands were shaking. I wanted to leave the house, but it felt like the walls themselves were pressing in, like the house had decided to become aware of me. I sat on the living room floor, Mo curled tightly next to me. I stayed there for what felt like hours, barely breathing, listening for every creak, every sigh of the house. But nothing came. No more sounds, no more knocks. Eventually, the power flickered back on. The house returned to normal, more or less. My phone buzzed back to life with a dozen messages. The warmth of noise returned, but something had changed. When my partner got home later that night, I didn't tell them everything, just that I had a weird day. Power outage, a little spooky. They laughed, offered me wine. We went to bed like it was any other day, but I kept waking up. The attic door was still locked, but in my dreams, it wasn't. In my dreams, I see the footprints again, and I hear that voice, "Don't go upstairs." I haven't, not since. And even now, when I'm alone, when the house grows quiet again, I feel it. That presence, that weight, the quiet that isn't really quiet at all.